story, one where we're both wandering all over this room. Maybe I'll say what you're needing. You won't take back your pleading, and the sun will shine through. Tell me your story. When that keeps me falling asleep at your own. Maybe our hearts will stop mourning, 'cause tragedy's boring now that I found you.
Hello. Welcome to another installment of Touchline Talk, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, oh my goodness, why is that on my screen? Oh gosh, there has been a bug in this. That's not a good start, is it? I'm confused, and so is Pep Guardiola, as it turns out, in respect of his tactics. In today's stream, what we are going to be doing, the background is still red. That signifies we still haven't won a game. Is we're going to be discussing just like the weirdness of what's been going on in the past few weeks, as I say, in terms of like the setup. And we'll also look ahead to Forest, which is tomorrow. So we'll be talking about, you know, what changes might be made, what changes might not be made. We shall do that and more. And yeah, this is really upsetting me. What if I like refresh it like that? Will that change anything? I don't know, we'll find out. Right, that's what it's supposed to do. This is my shout out carousel to my members and super chatters. It's supposed to work. It's now working. Let's see if it continues to work or if it keeps bottling it. But either way, shout out to my lovely people. If you super chat or become a member, then you get to be up here, and it pops up every 20 minutes or so. It should disappear now. Look at that. There we go. And sure, reappear in 20 minutes, but we'll see. We're still working on the bugs. Sorry about that shambolic start. But there we go. Hello, Shahin. How am I doing today? I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. Again, apologies about my hair. I've not had a chance to wash it properly yet. I've had a shower, don't worry, but I don't wash my hair every single day because that's not healthy for it. They're going to turn green and rip your clothes off versus Liverpool. Alf says scoreline flatters us, and Liverpool and Arsenal wingers are levels above ours. Hello, Sar. Thank one of my beautiful members. We should have enough to beat Forest, right, says Anthony. Well, you'd like to think so, Anthony. You'd like to think so, but nothing is certain with Man City currently, as it seems. You know, you are not safe even if you are 3-0 up with, 20 minutes to go. That's the issue there. Often do I wash it? Well, with shampoo, I'd say I wash it maybe, I don't know, twice a week or something. Thank you for following David MCFC on the Twitch. Big up to you. But in terms of like conditioner, I probably do that maybe. I normally do it every day or every other day with conditioner. But in terms of shampoo, you shouldn't do it every single day. So Massey, thank you so much. Welcome to the Ultras Club, my mate. Welcome. That should now mean that you become the updated person on the carousel. Thank you so much for that. What a wonderful way to start the show. There you go. I keep all of these in a little box. I can promise you that. And your random footballer is, it's a player who in his prime we could be using right now. It's Raphael Varane. That's your random pulse, Massey, and thank you so much. Welcome to the Ultras Club. And we'll experiment. That'll be an experiment. We'll see if it updates the carousel later on. There we go. Grealish, Gundo, Bernardo should be in the midfield, says PUBG Gamer. We'll get into that. Hello, Stacey. How are we doing? Hello, Vabehav. That's a fantastic name. Looking fresh there. I don't know why. I've not had a haircut or anything. Hello, Anthony. Yeah, big up to you, Herbal. Grealish knows Kovac could be a solid midfield when Kovac comes back. Yeah, we'll get into the Grealish question. Is very interesting, isn't it? And maybe it's something that we could use. I think in the first instance, let's maybe sort of like have a quick recap of what do I mean by, Pep's confused and why are City's tactics uncertain. And apologies, I've not had time to make a Liverpool City video because I wasted so much, not wasted so much time, but I used so much time streaming it. And I was doing other bits and bobs with this project, so I've not had time to do it. So apologies. I will do one for the Forest. We'll get for the Forest game. We will get back into that. We will get back into that. Me doing like a weekly, match recaps. Apologies, I've been slacking on that, but I've signed up for something which is going to make those videos even better from a data perspective. If you're a member, if you're a YouTube member, you'll already have a sneak preview of what that is, so stay tuned for that. Hopefully it'll be worth the wait, and it'll just give us a more of an insight in terms of like the data and the stats and that sort of thing. Yes, so I'm not going to get the games wrong. Let me just double check, but I'm pretty sure this all started against Brighton. Let me just get the fixtures up so I am ensuring I am providing you lovely people with correct information. So the majority of this season, it's changed at times. For example, I remember against Newcastle, we played like a weird 2-2-6 thing. But in general this season, we've played 3-1-6 with the ball. And I've gone into insane detail on this channel about my thoughts on that system in general and my thoughts on that system with the players that we're currently rocking. But that's been the go-to thing. There are lots of strengths to it. And I think that in theory, it's a fantastic system, but you need the right personnel for it. And right now, we don't have that. And I'm of the view we don't even have that with Rodri in the side. But that's much of a muchness. That was the idea of how we were going to start the season, the 3-1-6, okay? Again, we know the strengths and weaknesses there. And that's how he played for the majority of the season. Against Brighton, that's what we did. So up until that point, it was with a couple of changes here and there, it was that system. Against Spurs, in the 4-0 battering at home, we changed things to basically what we did last season towards the end, where you had the fullbacks as the wingers in possession, false winger vibes. So the right midfielder in possession actually plays in midfield, the left winger in position actually moves into midfield. So that's what we did against Spurs. I've got lots of thoughts on that formation as well, and again, you'll all know that because I did a video on it last season about how we won the title. Against Feyenoord, so that's 2 games in a row and 2 different systems. Against Feyenoord, in the 3-all, I want to say 3-0, but I can't, obviously, we changed it yet again. So we went back to, and I was very happy with this, by the way, we went back to the 3-2. Like the box midfield, similar to like, the treble winning gear. Not exactly the same, but very similar. You had Rico Lewis, instead of it, being Stones going from centre-back alongside Rodri in the treble winning gear, it was Lewis starting at right back and then going to midfield. I just see false winger in the chat. How you doing, false winger? Yes, so it was Lewis going in. Lewis going in alongside Gundogan. So again, 3-2. So he changed it again. And then against Liverpool, speaking of Liverpool, hello Tom Little. And then against Liverpool, we changed it again. And I'm going to briefly cover that. We covered it a lot a couple of days ago, but we'll cover it again. So against Liverpool, it was Akanji pushing up, basically alongside Bernardo, who at times was the deepest midfielder. Sometimes Bernardo would also half go to the right, but again, I'll touch on why he didn't. That's not really relevant. But the weirdest thing about that system was the asymmetrical nature of it. So it was all left, and it was no right, essentially. There was no right winger option. Thoughts on the Akanji as a 6 news? What is that, false winger? What is that? Is that like a joke? Please tell me that's a joke. We saw it against Liverpool in possession. Please tell me that's a joke. So there was no right side. So there was only left. And there was Nunes out there. So this is why I'm posing the question, is Pep a little bit confused? Because that's 4 games now, 4 different systems. And none of them have really worked how I think he would have expected. Clearly, because he's not held on to any of them. He held on to the 3-1-6 for a long, long time and has sort of abandoned it in the past few games. Now, maybe we'll see a return back to it, but I find it unlikely that these were very specific use cases. It seems more to me that he doesn't quite know what he should and shouldn't be doing in respect of setting up City. That's the way I've interpreted it. Interpreted that anyway. And it's just a concern when we're already in a state of uncertainty in that we as fans, we don't really know really how we should be playing. And from my perspective, it seems like Pep also doesn't know how we should be playing. Right, people are saying, have I heard about the news? Right, what news is this? Am I going to have to go on Twitter? People keep talking about news. What is the news? Is this on... Where am I looking? Is this on, like, will this be on City Extra? Help me out, guys. There's 2 people who've said, have you heard the news? I'm like, what news? John Stone's likely to be ruled out for at least City's next 2 matches. Yeah, that's fairs. Was it a press conference? Pep Guardiola, no. We don't feel sorry for ourselves, no. Edison City's number 1, okay. Kevin De Bruyne's fitness is closer and even better now, got it. Pep on potential new signings, we'll talk in Jan. I'm not seeing this news, guys, I'm sorry. City Extra. I'm on there, I can't see anything, though. City will hold talks about whether January signings are needed depending on the situation in the squad at the time. Is that what I'm looking at? Maybe I'm missing something. Someone said something about Akanji at 6. I'm assuming that's a joke. I literally ridiculed someone the other day, rightly so, for suggesting that. So if Pep suggests that, then I'm going to be incredibly upset and confused and disgusted. I'll keep my what's it open. Akanji 6 was by The Athletic. Oh, so it wasn't by Pep. Oh, thank God. Yeah, this is insane. Wait, City HQ, or was it Pep saying that? Oh my God. Please no, City HQ. I don't know if I know about City HQ. I can't find it. Is this City HQ? I don't think it is. I'll have a look later. Maybe someone can send it in the chat. Maybe a moderator can send it in the chat or something, and I can have a look. Because I'm just a little bit confused. Or is it Sam Lee talking about the press conference? I don't know. I don't have an Athletic subscription anymore. Kanji at 6 won't work, guys. It won't work at all. Please no. Please no. Anyway. If that happens, then that's even worse, and we're going to be even worse. So that's fun. Right, let me catch up on the chat. Sorry about that. Hello, Louise. Thank you for representing professionally. Not sure about that, but thank you. Yeah, that was ridiculous. That was a ridiculous question. And then we had a bit of a to-do in the group chat after. And I was just like, you've got an agenda, like, move on, please, with your life. Grealish can work as Nate while doing some creative work. Other than that, I don't see how he resolves the current issue. He doesn't really, from like a defensive perspective. He might do... Look, here's the thing. If De Bruyne is out, and it seems like he's not going to be start against Forest either because he's still experiencing pain and whatnot, then I'm of the view that we need 2 interiors. Obviously, one of them's going to be Foden because he's our best one there available. So it means that someone else needs to play also in that area. We saw against Liverpool, for example, the issue if you don't do that, if you literally just have nothing other than like 2 players who can maybe try to do something, it's not going to be good enough. So the team that I suggested, on LB's channel and also on Twitter, is that Grealish or Doku, maybe Grealish if we're talking about Grealish, starts out at left midfield, false winger, Guardiola pushes up, Grealish tucks inside, and now all of a sudden you've got a front 5 of Guardiola, Grealish, Haaland, Foden, Savio, which is very healthy, I think. Now you've got 2 central players and threats in terms of Foden and Grealish. You've obviously got Savio, who, is he inconsistent, whatever. He's still, like, doing something. He's still a threat. You get Guardiola into advanced areas as well. Or you can swap out Grealish for Doku if you want to do that. Again, That sounds weird, but he has done that at times. He did it against Newcastle away last season. I think it worked. And he did it against Chelsea at the start of the season, technically, because there was that whole De Bruyne and Doku swapping places. So technically, Doku started, or moved to the central areas in possession. So that could be a potential thing. In terms of like Grealish playing off ball in midfield, I don't really know how that would work. I don't know if it would work. Just trying to think about it. Because it would be what, Gundogan and Grealish, wouldn't it? I'm not sure how much that improves us from a defensive solidity perspective, to be honest. But maybe I'll be proven wrong. The way I see it in terms of him being placed into midfield is doing false winger. I can't really see Grealish starting out and out midfield on ball and off ball. We'll see though. I think we have to drop Walker and Rico, both are vulnerabilities at PUBG. I agree. Grealish was amazing for Villa in midfield. Their main man for carrying the ball, taking pressure away, drawing foul. It could work. Yeah, again, on ball, I would like to see it. I was very excited when we signed Grealish for that reason. In fact, I'm pretty sure we were going to do that, but Bernardo ended up staying. So ultimately, like, Grealish was played out wide. I think that's what happened anyway. I think the idea was like Grealish was going to be like a Bernardo replacement, but then Bernardo ended up staying. Yeah, Tom Little, you're such a little wind-up. Big up to you, Connor. Connor, I'm not always level-headed at all. Sometimes I'm very upset, but yeah. It's normally not the football I'm upset about. It's normally like mentalists, either on panel shows or in like live chats where they say something which is just so bizarre. And I'm just like, what? Are you okay? It's very odd. He did look poor. And again, it's not his fault. It's not Akanji's fault. But I think I saw False Winger talk about it. I was going to bring up the Chelsea game. There you go. He did that against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. I can't remember if we did it against Chelsea at home. But we definitely did it at Stamford Bridge. And it was horrendous. It just didn't work. And again, it's not Akanji's fault because he's not John Stones. I just don't really get why Pep is... Because we all talk about it, how, Pep's not willing to experiment with Nunes centrally. Or maybe Pep's not willing to experiment with Guardiola in the Stones role. But he's willing to throw Akanji in at the deep end. That's always confused me. I've never quite understood that logic there. I don't know why he views Akanji as someone who can do that. But he's only tried it, I think, once with Guardiola. I'm pretty sure. And that against West Ham last season, on the last day of the season. I think that was the only time. Looking back at that last match now, I thought that was going to be like the blueprint for this season. We had Foden starting out at midfield. We had Guardiola pushing up into the Stones role. It was a beautiful time had by all. And just not happened. Just gone backwards in a way. But yeah, I like it on ball. As we discussed off ball, I'm not 100% sure. Yes, let's play Kanji 6 when we desperately need someone in there with legs and good passing abilities. He just don't got what we need to play that position. Yeah, I hope that was like a joke or something, but good lord. Stones is injured, but didn't Pep play him in 6 last season? Only once, Kevin, against Aston Villa, and it went horribly. It went horribly. Stones doesn't create any chances, and yeah, I'm pretty sure he's one of the most creative passes. In respect of creative passing statistics, I think is one of the best in the league per 90. So that's weird. I sent you a link. On what platform? Was it on Twitter? Let me have a look. You sent me a link. On what platform? Where am I looking? I can't see anything. I can't see a Discord. Discord? Are you in the Discord? Where am I looking, Nitin? I can't see you, my man. I can't see that you've sent me to anything. Let me know what platform, because I can't see anything on Twitter or Discord or anything. Nabinho, big up. I agree with that, MCFC fan. I agree. I take a ultra phone. Okay, I'm not sure about that. It's for second balls, says False Winger. That's the only positive, because I don't have the thing now, but if you watch my Man City Broken video, I did. There was a brilliant graph by... I credited him in the video. I can't recall his name now. But he did like a second ball summary of like all our players who've done it, and it was like Rodri well ahead of everyone, and it was like Kovacic, Kanji. So maybe that is the idea, but I just don't understand. That just seems like a really weird trade-off. And again, I just really hope we don't see it. And if we do see it, then I actually don't know what to say, because that's just madness and insanity to me. Here's the thing, like Akanji's best performances for City have actually been at right back. That's the thing that I don't understand as well. Akanji's been struggling at centre back in recent weeks and times. I think it makes more sense to pop him out at right back, where I feel like there's a bit of less of a defensive burden on him. And because if you're a right back, you don't need to worry about what's on your right side, because the touchline acts almost like as another defender, if you will. Playing at centre back is like a totally different ball game. I don't really get that. Let's get the likes up, by the way, people. Come on, get it up here. Yeah, this has got to be a joke. Who actually? So people, can someone please confirm once and for all who has actually said it? Has Pep said this is what we're going to do? Has Pep said this is an option, or is this like a journalist suggesting it could happen? Because I've not been given the article, and you say it's on City Extra, but it's not. So, like, here's City HQ. Ortega might continue to start for City, okay. Breaking Pep Guardiola says Kevin De Bruyne's close and getting better. John Toes is not making a City return. Can we be good in previous seasons? No longer answering the phone. Brilliant. Pep Guardiola is considering playing Akanji as a 6 due to issues with Gundogan and Rodri's injury via The Athletic. Right, but is that speculation or is that him saying it? I need more information on that. It's working. Oh, but it's not it. Right, it's not updated your profile picture. Oh no, yeah, I haven't fixed that. But hopefully it updated the name, Samasi. Hopefully it updated your name. Look at that. And it disappears like the Matrix. Look at that. That's sick. Can Nunes play right back? Surely can't be worse than Walker. To be fair, I did suggest that at the start of the season, because especially when everyone was fit, I was struggling to see where Nunes fits into the team. I didn't think I'd be in a situation now where I'm saying, please play him centrally, because we just need the legs. I'm sorry, if you're even contemplating the idea of playing a centre-back who struggles on ball in those positions, never mind off ball, then we should be at least considering Nunes there, surely. I want Akanji right back as well, yeah. That would be my preferred back four as well, if Stones is out. If Stones is available, then it probably changes slightly. I probably would have John in there somewhere. But I agree, like we just need to go back to being able to remember how to have good defenders and whatnot. I want Foden at 6. Now, I can sort of understand where you're coming from in a sort of on-ball situation. Off-ball, like, no, that'd be mental. But I don't hate the idea of someone like Foden dropping deeper. And in fact, that's what he did. That's what he did against Liverpool at times. Like, City was struggling to build up, so Foden dropped a little to help in terms of, like, the build-up there. But in terms of, like, anything else, I mean, no solution's ideal, is it? Kanji's not exactly, it's not suited at all. Not suited at all. Again, I wonder if, again, I don't know enough about that article, but I wonder if that means, let's assume for argument's sake, Pep is, I mean, I'm sure Pep's considering everything at this stage, because as we discussed when we opened the show, like Pep's been considering literally everything in the past 4 games. I wonder if that means he's just considering doing Stone's system, or does he just mean out and out? That's the question. I guess if he says 6, that suggests midfield. That can't be a thing. Civil movement? Can you imagine? Forest are in good shape, City in bad shape. I don't see City winning. It's going to be a tricky one, yeah, definitely. Oh, sorry. I thought you were saying that we need like a civil protest. I didn't realize there was someone called civil movement. I understand. Exactly. I don't really get it. Don't really get it. No, help yourself. He's not false winger, but again, it's Gundogan, Bernardo, even Kovacic, they aren't helping themselves with their bad touches and bad passes either. I'd rather have the knowledge that there's going to be some bad passes, but at least there's some legs there. That's the way I view it. I don't think Stones gets a renewal next season. Yeah, I'd agree. And that's a shame because I love him, but it's an issue, isn't it? Last season we played Kevin and Phil together. I remember Kevin dropping a bit deeper and we played well like that. The dream team is to have them both in the centre together. That's how we won the title last season. But they've never been fit at the same time, have they? They haven't played together once in the midfield, or certainly not starting. Anyway, at the start of the season, Kevin De Bruyne was in, but Foden was out. Then De Bruyne goes out, Foden comes in, and De Bruyne's still not back. So hopefully when he does come back, we'll see an improvement. And that is what I will say, is that even though there is all this uncertainty and weirdness about the team and the tactics and all those shenanigans, I do think we've hit the... I don't want to jinx this. I do feel like we've hit the absolute bottom in terms of... I don't want to jinx myself here. I think it can only get better from here. I think that, with players coming back, and just like whether that's from injury outright or in terms of sharpness, I think that we will just get better generally. We haven't weathered the storm at all. It's battered us. But I just get the feeling that it's surely can only get better from here. Surely it can't get even worse and worse and worse. I mean, I'll get proven wrong tomorrow, maybe. But that's just the feeling that I get, that it's only going to get better from here. That doesn't mean we're going to turn around and win every single game now and win the title. I still don't think we'll win the title, but instinctively I just feel like it's only going to improve from here on out. Maybe that's copium speaking. Maybe it's copium, I don't know. He said the Kanji and Stones could help in midfield. Yeah. I don't quite... It would be interesting to see what would happen if... I mean, I guess if Gundogan gets injured, then maybe that is the play. But if there's like a Gundogan available, it just makes no sense to me to do that. If there's literally no one there to do it, then I guess you have to do it, don't you? But outside of that, it's a madness. Indeed, yeah. I don't really care if like Nunes has got a bad first touch or a bad first pass. We need his legs there. Thank you, Taylor. In ordinary circumstances, Akanji is regarded by Guardiola as having the best profile to occupy Rodri's position. What, because of his frame? Is that what that means? Like physical profile? Is that what that means? I mean, he might not be wrong there, but in terms of like, every other facet of the game, it's just like, no, that's crazy. The rebuild. Oh no, yeah. The idea of not getting top 4 is insane. It's insane. It feels like the bottom indeed. He doesn't fancy whose adverts. Issues far from tactical. Well, it's systemic, that's for sure. And I think tactics do also play a part. Definitely. Like against Liverpool, we've got no offensive outball, and that's because of the way Pep set us up. So I do think it is because of tactics. And I do think that our issues aren't being solved by the way Pep's setting us out. That's tactics. So it is tactical. It's systemic. It's certainly not individual, but it is primarily systemic, and it's also tactical, definitely. So yeah, we're going to have to hard disagree there. City will struggle for top 4. I'm not sure about that. I do think that we will get better. I do think that. He's weak for his size. He gets bossed off the ball far too easily. Indeed. Don't get it. I don't want Foden at 6, I'll be honest. Doesn't have the stamina. He's lost his mental balance. A Kalanoga from Inter wouldn't be a bad shout for the team if he's available. And then someone's asking, how old is he? I don't know what we're going to do in that respect. I don't know what we're going to do. realistically, what will Pep do on what's it? I mean, I'm just on FootMob now just to get the fixtures, and bless them, they've predicted De Bruyne to start, but they clearly don't. They don't listen to Pep's press conferences because I'm sure he's like confirmed that he's still not fully fit to start. Players didn't come into summer due to Pep not knowing if he was staying so strong. I don't know what the evidence is for that. I don't know. I think it was just. It also came out that Pep was happy with the squad. So I don't even know if it was that. I'm still convinced that had we pursued Bruno properly, we would have ended up getting him. I'm convinced of that. I'm not being funny. No disrespect to Newcastle, because I appreciate that Bruno loves the club and he's the captain and blah blah blah. But I'm not gonna let Bruno Guimaraes go until he signs an extension with Newcastle. You're gonna have to forgive me there. I'm not being funny. And they're only 4 points off us. I appreciate that, but they are like 11th. And Bruno Guimaraes isn't young. He's 27. So he's like in a win now phase of his career. So like, I don't think you can convince me that we wouldn't be able to go and get him, or at least make it so he would want to come to us. Maybe Newcastle obviously go, 500 million quid. Basically, he's not for sale. But I don't think I can be convinced that Bruno himself couldn't be convinced to join us. That's not very nice, Musty. That's outrageous. Play the kid, says Samasi. KDB and Akanji is a double pivot. Oh my god. Chris Woods is a big guy. I don't see our defenders being able to control him, especially not to Kyle Walker, who is running slow. Where's that from Elder? Yes, I do like him as well. Again, from a creative standpoint, that could be fun. But he's not going to solve our midfield crisis. So that's maybe like the next thing to look at afterwards. Zamini's going to Madrid, do you think? They've already got so many wonderful midfielders, though. Do they really need another one? John Pebbles. I do, if he keeps getting injured, yeah. We can't... In a situation where ideally we'd have 4 centre-backs, we can't afford to have any of them injury-prone, you get me? So that's got to be a thing. That's got to be a thing, hasn't it? I'm just thinking about what's the way to try to set up against Forest. What have been the main... Well, again, the issue is that there is no proper solution. Like, we know that he's not going to play Núñez centrally. Like, he plays really well in the centre against Feyenoord, and then he shoved him out to the left wing. So that tells me that Pep has got no interest or desire to play Núñez in the centre in like games where he feels like they actually matter. Hopefully I get proven wrong tomorrow, and hopefully he does just start him there, because I think that is the only sort of half beginning of a solution. Because I'm just... Any combination of midfielders that you pick is weak, and against a team like Forest, who are going to be very strong, it's not ideal, is it? So I don't actually know what the solution is there. Baena is a... Yeah, I thought he could play out wide, though, as well. Isn't that a thing? I thought he could also play on the left wing. Am I being stupid? Am I thinking of someone else and being an idiot? I thought he was both, in all honesty. But either way, yeah, someone like that would be fun. Again, we won't be able to replace De Bruyne, but we can at least try. Can we start Rodri? Can you imagine? Just throw him in. Throw him in. That confuses me, because Gyökeres is... No, I don't get that at all. I really hope that's just a lie. That would make no sense. He'd just be sitting on the bench. It'd be pointless. It'd be pointless. I wouldn't start him at DM, but I would start him in the midfield, definitely. We still need someone like... We still need one of Gundogan or Kovacic there. Hopefully Kovacic can get back to full fitness, and Gundogan needs to, I don't know, like rediscover his form or something. I don't really know what's going on. Don't know what's going on with Gundo. I don't really get it. City are ready to go for Frimpong. That confuses me as well. Like, why? Why? Is that a thing? Frimpong's not a right back, as far as I'm concerned. I don't really understand that. Yeah, can we just start Rodri? Forest are way better than final. There's no way to dominate Nottingham at this stage. Indeed. Indeed. I did because, funnily enough, matey, I think you're the idiot from last time as well. I think you're the idiot who thought Palmer had a better season than last season as well. Why would you start the player who wasn't as good last year? Yeah, you can have a little think about that. If we don't win against Forest, we can go into Chelsea mode too. This isn't good. Why is your profile picture Cristiano Ronaldo in the United top? I mean, it's not an issue, but it seems very confusing. Your name's Pep Talk, you're a City fan, but you've got a United player in your profile picture. What's that all about? Let me know. Eze links. I'm not moved. I think I saw something that, Wharton is like not even being entertained for being up for sale. Play Kanji at right back. I agree. I want him at right back. That would be a thing. Additional options, but I mean, we're already frail defensively. Do we really want to add to that frailty? I don't know if we do, personally. I don't know if we do. Yeah. I mean, we played with like 2 strikers for like, I feel like 3 games. With when Jesus and Aguero started as strikers. That was when like Mendy was in the team. So like Mendy let us do that, but then since then, it just like hasn't really been a thing, has it? We need a midfield destroyer. We certainly need midfield reinforcements, that's for sure. Nunes honked Anfield. He did, but again, I think everyone did. In fact, I'm not going to have a go at Nunes because we were set up so poorly and because he was played out at left wing as well, which I know that he was playing well there, but it's still not his position. This is what I mean, yeah. I think everyone was poor. Apart from like Ake, I know Diaz was bad for the second goal, but Ake and Diaz were only really good players. I can't have a go at any of the attackers. Because in my view, they were set up to fail. So I don't know if I can really criticise them. So when Nunes gets the ball and can't beat Trent, it's like, yeah, but he's not a 1v1 winger. So I don't know if I can really have a go with him in that sense. I'm still so confused about that because I'm sorry, if Liverpool have a frailty, and maybe they don't, but if there is any weakness in the team, certainly based on the context, it was their fullbacks because Robertson's not been particularly good defensively this season, and this was Trent's first game back from injury. So if there is any frailty, it's there. So the fact that we did the exact opposite and didn't play our right winger in the first half and played Nunes out at Trent, so we didn't test Robertson once, didn't even try to, and it was only really until Doku and Savio came on, and then Doku, every single time he took on Trent, he was able to get past him. Didn't lead to anything, but that was only like a 10-minute period. Now replicate that over an entire half of football or 60 minutes, and maybe he creates a chance or something like that. So I was just really confused about that as well. Did not really get it. Didn't really get it. I don't know why Fuscan. I do not know the answer to that question. It just seems to make so much sense to me. Makes so much sense. Jokeris takes too long to create separation for shots. Most of his goals are in transition, not suited for us. Yeah, that too. And it's not like Haaland, where again Haaland's great in transition, but he's just a freak, finisher. So you can do whatever you want with him. Like I do agree with that. I don't really get the Jokeris links. Even if we didn't have Haaland in the team, I still wouldn't really get it. City going to win against Forest. The team that ended the game against Liverpool is better than Forest. Hey, let's hope so, Daniel. Let's hope so. Joelinton. Hey, Joelinton would do bits in this team right now, in fairness. I never thought I'd be saying that. Give me Joelinton. Would love that. Bayern is that guy. No verts because he gets injured too much. Much better we go for Baena. I've no idea if I'm pronouncing his name properly, by the way, but hopefully I am. Let's quickly just have a look at the expected assists numbers for him, because again, that's what people want more of in the team. I think he's one of the best in La Liga, or rather was one of the best last season. Not sure about this season. Yeah, there you go. He's third best this season, according to Understat, only behind Rafinha and Yamal, ahead of Vinicius Jr. and Griezmann. So Sergio Gomez is there as well, though, so I don't really know what that means. But there we go. Yeah, so he'd certainly help us in terms of like volume pass creation. That'd be fun. Doku to start against Forest, says Herbal. Yeah, can we do that, guys? Leave a like on the video if you haven't already done so. Thank you, mate. I really appreciate that. Forest only team to beat Liverpool this season, just saying, indeed. He has been, in fairness, he has been. Yeah, that's what I've been told. Well, he's getting a lot of disrespect, in fairness, so I think I'd do that as well. I'd be like, right, well, I played poorly against Liverpool, fine, but so did everyone. And actually, I've actually been quite good when I've started this season. So, yeah, I think I'd do that as well. Pick up Gomez. Why do supporters keep forwarding attacking players to be brought to the defensive side? That's the problem. Yeah, we do need to sort that, don't we, Dave? We do need to sort that. So, like, what's the team against Forest then, guys? What is... Let's assume that we are playing 4-4-2 off ball. What is the midfield pairing? Okay, great. So it's updated your name. It hasn't yet figured out how to do profile pictures. That's something we're working on. But thank you so much to Samasi for becoming a new Ultra. Guys, what are your thoughts on this widget? Please tell me that you think it's cool. I spent a lot of money on it, so I really hope that you like it. It's just like a little fun shout-out thing that pops up every 20 minutes. Let me know. Feedback in the chat. Feedback in the chat. Hopefully it's not too distracting. I like it. I think it's cool. Again, the idea is to reward my beautiful supporters who are beautiful to me. Need more likes, though, guys. Come on, get it up here. Get the likes up here. There's over 200 here and not even 115 likes. What's going on? Hit the like button now. Thank you very much. It helps the channel. It's free. Helps me. Helps more people see that. Can I kiss you? Only for the right price, I'm afraid. Only for the right price. Even Kevin was... Sorry. Well, even Kevin was random shit when he was at Wolfsburg. See where he is. He wasn't random, though, because he won Bundesliga Player of the Year. And like, well, first of all, broke the assist record, and then they took one of his assists away. No, he broke it, and then Muller broke it later. Yeah, that's what's happened. Yeah, so he wasn't really a random unknown. He'd already won Young Player of the Year in the Bundesliga, and then a couple of years later won Player of the Year in the Bundesliga. And also tripled how many trophies Wolfsburg had won. They'd only won one in their history before De Bruyne came along, and then they got to 3. For £700, yes, you can kiss me. Yes, you can kiss me. Grealish, Foden, and Gundo, says MCFC fan. I think that, yeah, we've got to make it. I think we've got to make a decision on. You can only really play one of Doku or Grealish. The way I'm looking at it, because if the assumption is that Grealish isn't going to be starting out of possession midfield, then one assumes he's going to be starting on the left. In which case, obviously Doku can't start there as well. Unless Doku's playing on the right and like Savio's not playing. So, and I want Savio to play. So I'm assuming that only one of Doku or Grealish can start. I think I would still like Grealish to start and then maybe bring Doku on. If you need to. If the idea is to have a bit more, I don't know, like counter-pressing work in the midfield when we lose it, maybe, or something like that. It'll look good if the icons are circular. I can maybe look into that. Do you not think it looks good now, though, false winger? Huh? Does it not look good now? With the curved squares. Love it. Big up to you, Miguel. Widget looks epic. Lovely. It's very pretty. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Hello, Samesh. You hear the like before I say hi? Yeah, big up to you, Spear Dusk. Yeah, he was literally player of the year. He was literally player of the year. Versus future Ballon d'Or. But isn't he definitely going to Bayern? So isn't that irrelevant anyway? Isn't that like irrelevant? You know, so... And it's hard to convince Germans to not join Bayern, isn't it? So he seems destined to go there, so I think we need to move on. Wait, what's your team for Forest? I missed that. There we go. Good 2023 Gundogan. Mahrez as well, yeah, crazy. This musty guy. Insane. Is KB available only for training this season? He's apparently still not. I feel like I saw like was it FPL Main Road put on Twitter that he's still not fully fit or something. So I don't really know what's going on there. We need him back ASAP. Obviously, he doesn't really solve our defensive issues, but it was still nice. It would be nice to have him back. Obviously, that would be lovely. You think it's 50-50? Of course, yeah. Oh, you're a Bayern fan. Oh, great. I love how you watch my videos as well, mate. Thank you. Do you just like City? Thank you very much. You got fat and that's harsh. Now, that was a joke, though, One Voice. He said after he was only joking. I like Slot as a person. I think he's funny. Haaland as a 6. Brilliant. Hello, Simian. Squad building post treble has been horrible indeed. Yeah, big up to you, Josh. Why have our players decided against playing the sport this season? Oh, God. I don't know if I've got anything else to say, to be honest, guys. I'll be live for like another 10 minutes. Get your thoughts in. I feel like, you know, I probably covered everything too quickly at the start of the show. And now we're just like having a chat. But there's nothing wrong with having a chat, in fairness. So get your thoughts, final comments in now. As I said, we'll be live for another 10 minutes or so. In sum, just going back to the title of the stream for a moment, Pep is, in my view, confused. He's obviously experimenting. We need to figure out quickly what is a competent team. Until at least Jan. We need to survive for at least another month and a half. Because even if we sign someone, 1st of Jan, they're not going to be able to properly get stuck in until like mid-Jan, are they? So we've got to survive for another month and a half, realistically. I'm still convinced it's going to get better. Bob coming back. Diaz is now back in the side. Ake seems back to full fitness as well. That's great. We do need Bob. We do need De Bruyne to come back to fitness. Grealish is now back, and Doku, maybe that's a thing as well. I think it'd be a lot better when Kovacic gets back also. But these are, short-term things, and we just need for the confidence, we just need like a good strong win soon. That might not be tomorrow against Forest. We might have to wait until we play Everton. What's our fixture list? Oh, God. We don't play Everton until Boxing Day. Christ, okay. Yeah, so we play Forest, and then away to Palace. And then Juventus away, and then Manchester Derby. We can't not win the Manchester Derby. This has been a horror of a season so far. We need to at least win that and try to have some pride, because that's insane. That would be insane to not win that. So we need to do that. The room is red because it reflects my anger at the situation. It won't go blue until we win a game in the Premier League. Now, that might not be until Boxing Day at this rate, but we'll see. My predictions for the game. Let's be... no, I'm good. I don't care I'm going to predict a win, and I'm going to predict a clean sheet. And I don't care. Yeah? 2-0. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen, lads. Believe it into existence, yeah? Believe it into existence. It's not going to happen, is it? But I don't care. I don't care. Yeah, so my team is what I put on Twitter. I'll tell you my team now. Also, I've learnt that despite my best efforts, for example, people still are very confused about in possession versus out of possession structure. So I put a team and I Guardiola at left wing, which isn't anything weird because that's where he played last season for large portions of the match. And you got loads of people commenting going like, what are you doing playing Guardiola at left wing? It's like, did you watch any of City last season? Anyway, this is my team. Edison. I'm doing a box midfield. Ake, Diaz, Akanji. Nunes, Gundogan. Gvardiol, Doku / Grealish, because I don't really care. Foden, Savio, Haaland. That is my team. That team is as solid as it can be from a rest defence perspective with a back five of Ake, Diaz, Akanji, Gundogan, Nunes. And it's probably the best front five we can muster right now. You've got Gvardiol, Savio, Foden, Haaland, and then one of Doku or Grealish. That's what I would do. I like that team. I think it's good. In like the first phase, you could even have Grealish and Nunes swapping positions so that it's Grealish picking up the ball rather than Nunes and Gundogan. You could have Grealish and Gundogan. That could work. That would be fun. How about Doku, Haaland, Savio? Well, where's your defender going to go, though, Jeremy? Where's your defender going to go? If you're playing a front three, that means you're going to have to play a defender in the centre of midfield somewhere to make the back three happen. So where are you playing your defender is the question. You notice there is no Walker, there is no Lewis. I like Lewis, but there's no room for him, in my view. And there's no Bernardo either. There's no Bernardo either. Last season and the season before, the team immediately improved once Lewis was dropped. I think there's more to it than that, to be honest. Why don't you just play your two wingers like you did in the second half against Poole? Well, that would involve having one of the defenders pushing into the midfield. Gvardiol's not going to do it because Pep doesn't want him to do it. And I'm not making a team which has got Akanji doing it. I will not ever suggest a team which has got Akanji doing it. I wouldn't dislike a team with Guardiola doing it. In which case, if it was a team with Guardiola in it, I would have it as Ake, Diaz, Akanji, Gvardiol, Gundogan, and then the front five is the same, except you would have, a left winger out at left wing, but then you're just more frail from an out of possession perspective. But again, we're already frail, so maybe it doesn't matter. It just means you can't play Nunes, and I'm of the view we need to play Nunes. So you'd have to play him. I guess you could play him more advanced, in fairness, alongside Foden. It's not ideal, but I guess you could do it. To be fair, you could do it. In which case your front five would be, let's say Doku, Nunes, Foden, Savio, Haaland. It's not ideal. I think I prefer the first one, to be honest. But I don't get why Southap, because I've been saying I've been making videos for a minute now and explaining this is what's happened off ball, this is what happens on ball. This is my thing, Dave. This is my thing. I like Lewis a lot, but he at least needs Rodri in there as a starting point. Guys, we still haven't broken 100 likes. What's going on? Come on. Get it up. Get it up. Pep playing 5 at the back or 2 strikers. Yeah, chill. All Pep wants for Christmas is a win. Who's this? Is this Walker? Yeah, I wouldn't be starting him. But even with Walker, he's not the main problem at City. Because we saw Walker didn't have anything to do with that Feyenoord capitulation. There's more to it than just take Walker out of the team and we'll be brilliant. There's a bit more to it than that. This is why I don't... Like this, last season, it made Sorry, my cat's popping off. What was I saying? Yeah, sorry. Yeah, last season, at times it was as simple as just take this player out and we will be better. Whereas this season, it's a bit more, well, it's a lot more complicated than that. I doubt as well, Louise, but I think it's got to happen. 6-0 in league games, he hasn't started. But he's not. But he's not just like the. I agree that he shouldn't be starting, and I agree he's our worst player. But it's not as simple as take Walker out of the team and everything will be right in the world at City. I agree he's a major liability, but I'm using him as an extreme example. So when people suggest other players shouldn't be playing, it's like it's not that simple. It's not as simple as just don't start X player and everything that would be all song and dances. Sadly, I wish it were that simple. I wish it were just a personnel. Like an individual personnel issue, just like, swap them around and everything will be fine. But it's not that simple, I'm afraid. Right, everyone. I'm going to shoot off. I hope you've enjoyed this stream. Normally, this would have been the Knobcast slot with Gasky, my United fan friend, but he's busy with work today, so it's just been me solo. Hopefully, you still were able to enjoy the show. But normally on Tuesdays around this time, we do the Knobcast where it's me and someone else. But as I say, Gasky had to cancel. Due to work. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Thank you to Samasi, the latest member. Big up to you. I'll get your profile picture sorted so it updates with the carousel. And again, you guys are better like the carousel because it's sick. I'm going to pop it up one more time. Will it work? Look at that. Oh, yeah. E-Ink. Get a better profile picture, by the way, E-Ink. Get a better profile picture, because that's boring. Same to you, Naval Nation. Get a better profile picture. That's boring. That's boring. Andrew, well done. Good profile picture. That's nice. Well done. Tony, well done. Good profile picture. That's interesting. Everyone else, sort yourself out, yeah? Samasi, you've got one, so I can change that. Anyway. Last thing. What would Grealish in the middle provide? He'd provide good ball carrying, which we aren't necessarily lacking entirely, but he would provide that. He'd provide, even though Grealish doesn't look like the strongest, he is a nasty player in a way, so he does provide a bit more steel in the midfield, and I think just in generally provides a lot of calmness in possession as well. And also just from a nice passing perspective, when he drifts into those central areas, he just does take to another level as a player. So that's what he could provide. We'll have to wait and see though. Can the carousel play DM? Oh, if only. Guys, thank you so much. We did get over 100 likes in the end. Thank you very much for that. I will be back, not tomorrow for a watch along because it's at the Etihad, so I will be at the game. But we'll do a post-mortem. Depends what time I get back. And it depends how I'm feeling. If we lose, I might not be in the bloody mood to do one straight after. Because what time does it kick off? 7:30. So, okay, so maybe I can get back. It's a reasonable time to do it, to do a post-mortem, and we'll see. I am going live later today, though. So if you want even more Nobbins in your life, come over to the Twitch. Because we're going to be live over there tonight for some games, for some WWE. So if you want a break from football and just switch off and just do the vibes, then come over to the Twitch because it's going to be a fun time. I used to do match day vlogs, Lawrence, but I don't like doing them, to be honest. I never liked doing them. It feels so awkward. It felt so awkward being in the stadium. I felt like a right knobhead in the stadium, recording. It's I wasn't enjoying the games, to be honest. I just got stressed out beforehand, so I don't do match day vlogs anymore. And it's not what I want this channel to be anyway. So if you do match day vlogs, perfectly fine. You do you. It's not my sort of content. That's all. I just think they were valuable or particularly interesting. But what is interesting is the Twitch stream later. So click that link, go follow. It's free to do it as well. Thank you so much again to Samasi, the latest member of the Ultras Club. Until next time, guys, thank you so much. I'll see you tonight on the Twitch. I'll see you tomorrow for a Forest post-mortem.